Hello everyone. This video is going to be about some positions from the World Championship match that's taking place nowadays between Ding Liren from China and Jan Nepomniachtchi from Russia. So this is from round one that ended in a draw. But in this position, Jan had the white pieces and played the knight to f5, but had the chance to take the advantage by trying the pawn to moving the pawn to h3. So let's see why. So in this position, black had different moves to do. For example, moving the bishop away to h5, but that's giving up the f5 square for the knight. The knight is going to be very strong in the f5 square. And retreating the bishop to e6 is going to be giving up the d1 square, which means that white can take advantage by moving the a rook to d1. And here the queen was going to have to move away. And white plays queen to g3 and has an advantage here for sure. So if we go back, what are other options for black here? How about capturing on d4, since the knight is hanging here? White could have tried to interfere between the rook and the queen and attacking the hanging e7 bishop. Here, two moves to consider for black. If black tries to trade queens, of course, with an intermediate check, white could have first captured the bishop on e7 and then captured the queen on e3. And here white is attacking two pieces and is going to end up having material advantage. So if we go back, black could have defended the bishop and the queen by moving the bishop to f6. But here, again, it was going to be good for white because if white captures on f6, capturing with a queen is not so good because there will be the skewer here. And while capturing back with a pawn, that's going to be a very bad pawn structure for black. Here, let's see if the queens are traded. Of course, we capture with a rook because we don't want to give up the e4 pawn. And here, of course, we do not need to worry about rook e2 or rook d2 because then the rook will be on the diagonal of our bishop and we can create a discovered attack there. So here, if we compare just the pawn structure here already, it is good for white because black has many weaknesses in their pawn structure. White does have one weakness though, but black has many more, and we have the bishop in this position against the knight, and the c7 pawn is being attacked already. So this was going to be better for a white. So we can say that maybe in this position when white played h3, black could have tried playing defending the e7 bishop by playing rook to e8. But then again, probably it was going to be slightly better for white in this position as again the c7 pawn is hanging, and this could be a better try for white. So let's see, how about the round two? In round two was more tactical. Here, Jan Nepomniachtchi had the black pieces, and Ding Liren has just played the bishop to g5, attacking the rook that's on d8. In this position, Jan decided to sacrifice the exchange by capturing the bishop on g5, and okay, they gave up the exchange, but also captured the pawn that's on d4. So basically, black is here 1 point down, but in return has a compensation on the d file. At a later stage, black can create a pass pawn on the c file. Black has the bishop pairs, and when you're attacking, having the bishop pair is very important. So here, white Ding Liren decided to move away the queen from the d file and moved it to the h5 square. Here, black wanted to move away the knight from g5. Now, of course, knight f7 was not such a good to consider because it can be trapped. Moving the knight to h7 would also not be so good because it will be moving the knight to the edge of the chessboard away from the action. So white decided to move back the knight to f3, and here black captured another pawn by trading on c2 and then capturing the pawn that's on e4. So here in this position, black already, we can say that with material we're equal because black gave up the exchange for a bishop and two pawns. In addition, black has the advantage of the bishop pair here, and also the pawn that's on the c file that's going to be a passed pawn there. We're going to have a passed pawn there. So let's see. White moved the rook to d2 here and tried to trade rooks. Black, of course, didn't trade rooks and played the bishop to d6, creating some tricks. Here, black wants to capture on f6 and then with a discovered attack win the rook that's on d2. So white moved away the king to h1. And here black decided to create a passed pawn on the c file, and uh, Ding Liren moved the rook to d4. Black pushed the pawn to c2 and now just wants to promote. White tried to stop the pawn by moving the queen to h6, and the last move that was played by black, and white resigned after pawn to e5 because in this position the white rook is trapped and has no safe moves to do except move back to d2, but then on d2 we are blocking the diagonal of the queen and we're allowing the pawn to be promoted, and white is going to lose a lot of material in this position. So these were some positions from the World Championship match. And we were going to be looking at more positions from that match during our webinars. So definitely sign up and join our webinars on chesswithknarik.com.